I don't know what that was. Okay, so I did something to the truck I thought was interesting. You may notice it is sitting up a little bit higher. Now what I did is I went to Auto Crapper and bought these little, yeah, no, they're not even installed correctly. I bought these little rubber things that you can stick in the coil springs. And my whole point of doing that is to see what would happen if I brought the height up a little bit, and it actually it fixed the you know how the steering is like, you know, off. Well, it's totally straight steering wheel down the road now. So that tells me one of two things: either the steering alignment needs to be redone, or the springs are just old and tired and need to be replaced, which I'm thinking about doing here pretty soon. You know, thinking about doing an 1.5 inch lift on the front to bring it up a little bit so that it's not so down low. And I know people are aerodynamics, you lift it. Well, I'm thinking about making it 4-wheel drive after the diesel conversion, and we're gonna get slightly bigger tires, maybe one size up, I think. Different set of wheels, of course, but we're gonna do an 1.5 inch lift just to get it up off the ground, give it some more suspension travel. I don't want it up too high because I don't want it to be a freaking Jeep. And then we'll have new springs front and rear, 1.5 inch lift. I think I'll be fine, and we'll get some decent off-road tires. No mud claw tires. I was looking at those; they're pretty gnarly, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these blocks back out, and I'm gonna cut them in half if I can, and then I'm going to notch the ends that are flat, and then we're gonna jack this up and then stuff them in there. And I might try and see if I can do 4 on each spring, and that might give us an even higher lift and it'll level it out. Right now it's probably an 1 inch or 2 lower in the front than it is the rear, and I have no air in the bags right now. They're probably 1 psi, that's about it. Just enough so that when the suspension comes under, they don't tear each other apart. Okay, we've got now 4 per side. This should really get it up there. Now, a good jacking point actually is right on this little strut rod or radius arm bushing mount. I gotta buy a new jack. This thing is effective about 25%. Alright. Now let's see if I can get these in here. I think what I'm gonna do something like that, right? Sorry. And then twist that one in like that. Kind of went a little deep on the V's, but oh well. I'm missing one. Oh, right here. Okay, and then this is gonna look a little weird, but whatever. We're not going for looks here. We're going for temporary fitment. And you want to put these sort of across from each other so that the spring is even. So something like this. Now let's bring it down. I don't know if that's really gonna do anything for us, but we'll have to try the other side because there is a sway bar connected, so it's gonna look a little weird, but I can tell you the actually the wheel is more like this now instead of like that. Blah. Excuse me. And then this wheel is, yeah, okay, so let's do this other side here and see where we're at height-wise. Okay, I don't know if that jacked it up a little bit or not, but it is higher than what it was before, I think. Let's see, do they even have any pressure on them? A little bit. Huh. Well, we'll see if the steering wheel stays straight, then I know that did it. But I wanted to look at my shackles. So I wanted to put I want to lift this thing up back here. I suppose I could do it through the blocks, but I'm not too worried about the rear end right now. I'm almost thinking of getting custom springs made for this, a little bit wider, maybe. Oh yeah, I gotta put my rear tank back in here. That is another day. Then my rear end's got a slight leak. I think before the diesel conversion we'll probably take this rear end out and have it rebuilt. I don't know where to take it to yet, but I'll find a place. Have a nice, freshly rebuilt rear end would be good. And these shackles, I don't think I'm going to change these shackles. If anything, I'll just put blocks on it. I'll probably put a 2-inch block on it. Or even better, just get a lift spring. Yeah, I'm gonna get have the spring set as a lift. I don't know. I got plenty of suspension travel back here. I'm not pretty happy with it so far, but this front end I'm concerned about. I don't want it sagging. It does ride a lot better with these in it. And we're still pretty close to our bump stops. Yeah, that's a little higher. Of course, I haven't moved it yet, but I kind of figured these fuckers aren't going anywhere. You really have to have the wheels down to get these things out. I got them turned sideways, they're a little bit thicker. I suppose I could zip tie them in one somehow, but I'm gonna move it, and then we'll see how much different it is. Because you gotta let the suspension settle. You can't just be like, oh yeah, call it good. Set it next to the Mazda. She's a little cold. Let it warm up for a little bit. We'll go around the block. Once it warms up, it purrs. Yeah, it's sitting up higher. And it's got some camber, so we're good. Oh yeah, she's got a lope. She's got a lope, guys. Where can I put you? You're gonna fly around everywhere. Okay. Blah 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 blah, and then the windows. Bah! I hate that window. I can't wait to get these windows changed out. Let's see. If anything, the steering wheel likes to stay straight now, so. Okay, we're going on the road. Look at that. That is absolutely fucking amazing. I can't believe it. It does, I think it rides better. And it seems to handle just a little bit better because there's a little bit more suspension travel. Before, it just was, even with the sway bar, it still felt tippy. And it seems right now it's a little bit more, what's the word? It's a little better. So, and I hope I don't have a trail of coolant. Okay. I went to Adam's yesterday and it was just parked up beside his house, and look, there's coolant just pissing everywhere. I'm like, oh, what's going on? I knew my radiator was needing a replacement, but I didn't know it was this bad. Just had a where's the spider moment. Alright, let's go down this road. Driving straight. I mean, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. If I did a 2-inch lift on it, this is about what it would look like. Well, this is actually the wrong side. This is the side you want. This is the 2-inch lift side. Obviously, we've got some camber issues, which, you know, for some people poses a problem with having independent axle front suspension. But I think there's some things out there we can do to alleviate that issue. But that would look cool. I think one tire size up, off-road tires, and a dirty old Cummins diesel. And I'm thinking, again, for like the third or fourth time, I'm thinking of putting a manual in this. The problem with this truck is the way they designed all this shit up here. This pedal here and the clutch pedal are part of an assembly, which is cool, but that assembly is tied in with a steering column, so I have to go to a truck in the yard and see how the hell to get that assembly out. I think I'm going to have to pull the dash out. One way or another, that dash is coming out. I got to take it out anyways because I got stuff back there for the HVAC I want to pull out and replace and clean out and re-weatherize and stuff and clean up a lot of the wiring under there. So, and what's nice about having airbags is you can adjust the suspension. So I adjusted it to where I went 2 inches higher from what it's been sitting at, and that looks a lot cooler. That looks nice. 2-inch lift springs, and then a 2-inch lift spring up front, and then we'll have to figure out how the hell do they adjust the camber on these. I mean, really, does it adjust in the I-beam or is it adjust in this guy here? I don't know. Can't adjust back there. There's, you know, it's just gonna pull the axle in. It's not complete independent. So I got some things up here. Look at my bushing; it's all dicked. I like this sway bar. The fitment is a little weird, but it works, and I haven't had any problems with it. Of course, these things here could be turned around. Oil pan gasket's still a little shitty, so that'll have to get either dealt with or just left in there until the Cummins is put in. And I gotta put my rear tank in back there so that I can hook all the lines back up and not have gasoline free flying everywhere. Yep. That cross member back there for the transmission can easily be moved back 3 inches, and I can just drill one new hole on each side, and then that will be taken care of for our new Dodge automatic, which I think is what we're going to use. So the truck saga continues. I've got my headliner board out of the truck. Wasn't too bad to get out, actually. Just undo the lamp thing in the back, and then we have this homemade handle thing. Okay, and right here we have this homemade, or not homemade, a freaking shed handle, which I'm going to leave out because it's ugly. So anyways, I want to know how to, it's like, how do we get this foam off? Well, yeah, pretty much do that. There, now I just need to brush it off. Real quick. Oh, this place is getting a mess again. We have to clean it. Oh shit. So this, I know it's white, but I'm not too worried about it. I just want something better than foam to look at. This is a piece of EVA back sheet that you would find on any solar panel. The white ones especially. The black ones, you'll just see this material will be black actually, but this is white, and our length is good, but I need to know width. So let's see if we got enough here to even bother with this. And I gotta warm this up so that my 3M adhesive that I bought will stick to this, and I think this might be the surface I want to stick to. The other side's pretty slick. And it's like plastic. This stuff's made to last 25 years. Damn tape. So I'm gonna put you on my log here. We'll roll this out. Oh, that's more than enough. Okay, our headliner is somewhat secure. The only thing I'm going to do is go through and kind of just tape some of this down so it's, not too flopping around. And this is all going to be covered up by trim, I hope. And then this stuff I'm just going to cut off right here, so about this much is going to go over go underneath the trim. And it has a few wrinkles here and there, but it's not perfect. I don't care. It's just, it's a free material from Solar World. It looks kind of cool. And I made a gluey spiderweb type thing. So I got a pair of scissors here. I'm going to cut the excess off and get some duct tape or something and just kind of maybe tape this down. I don't know. Well, I suppose I could have put it in a little better, but oh well. It's not going nowhere. It's on there pretty good actually. Got a little pocket here, but not much I can do. But it's better than seeing foam. I don't know what I can do about that. Oh well. I'm gonna go put it in the truck. Well, I tell you, this looks kind of weird up in here. But I like it. It's better. I don't see foam anymore. This is awesome. This This is freaking awesome. Well, I'll tell you one thing, it's gonna be cooler in here. White headliner, hey, whatever. It ain't going nowhere. Now I just need to get this trim. I like what, so I gotta buy new trim. I think I remember seeing this stuff on LMC truck. This stuff is so old and it's rock hard and it's shit. So, and this stuff, this is actually, it's still weird sounding, but it's not like freaking brittle candy. This stuff here, I totally fucking broke that, so I do want to get new trim pieces here, mainly just these front parts, because I cracked the one down at the bottom there. This one I broke off. But the good stuff is, right here, and then along here is all metal. So that stuff I don't need to buy. I just need this stuff here. It's gonna bow it out. It's all it's sunned up. So it's not too bad. I think maybe these other pieces that aren't too broken, I'm going to clean up and repaint maybe. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this trim back in. Let's see if I can do this upper piece here in a sec. My arms hurt. Check it out, yo. That looks pretty good, I think. Probably could have gone away with doing the cuts, but whatever. But it's in there, it's not going anywhere. It's screwed in down here, and you got this light over here holding it in pretty good and whatnot. Alright, I now have a brand new headliner. Thanks to Solar World. That looks kind of cool. Looks a little bit neater. And no stupid handle. They freaking drilled holes like right through that thing and put that stupid handle in there. It gone now. Look at that. That's awesome. That looks cool.